What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Just back in another video. There's your one-stop shop for anime and manga. Let's get into it. Alright, I want to start by saying thank you for everyone subscribing. If you're new here, you like my content, you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing, leaving a like, hit the bell so I post another video, follow me on social media, links will be in the description. What's up, y'all? So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a tips kind of video, right? So today we're going to be checking out what I use as manga risers. Now, right now I'm using a Billy bookshelf aside from the custom one I got behind me. This one, it was literally just a custom shelf that I had laying around. This shelf is probably 15 years old at this point. But the shelf I have outside is actually a Billy bookshelf, you know, what everyone gets from IKEA. And I got so much manga that I decided I needed to start double stacking. Now, obviously, I can go ahead and I could probably make, you know, a riser myself 2x4, but I am not a handyman whatsoever. You know, I probably couldn't even measure it if I'm being completely honest. So I was looking for different things I can use to try and make like essentially makeshift risers. And then I stumbled across a video. This was a while ago. His name was East Coast Manga. He made this video with these risers. Basically, they were just like toiletry containers. So I'm gonna bring, so it's this. So he made a video regarding the toiletry containers, and I decided, you know what, let me try it out. So I've been using them as risers for a few months now, and I gotta say, I actually really do enjoy this. So I just wanted to talk about it, which I hit today. Basically, show you what I did a little bit different than from what he's done. So for these containers, they're actually very, very cheap. They're about $3 at Target. So I'm just gonna show you here what it is specifically, like dimensions and whatnot. I don't know what they're called specifically. I literally just googled the name that he showed me, which I showed y'all here. So I just googled the name and then I found it on Target, and I also had to check out the dimensions because this actually fits amazingly well on your Billy shelf if you have one. So it does have to go horizontally, so when you go ahead and put it in your shelf, it's going to be 5 across. So it's a very nice cheap solution. Now, if you notice here, I actually glued a piece of cardboard here at the bottom, and that's because at the bottom of this, there's actually a lip. I don't know if you can really see it that well. It's a lip that I feel may actually damage my manga if it's there for a prolonged period of time. So to try and mitigate that, I just went ahead and decided to glue basically cardboard, because, you know, most of my manga I get from, you know, online, you know, Barnes & Noble, Kinokuniya, things like that. So I just took essentially the cardboard boxes, I cut them out to fit here, and just so I can make, you know, even layers so that my books, they're not basically, you know, hitting that lip that's on the back of here. Try to make it a little bit more safe. Obviously, these are not going to hold like the crazy heavy books, so you're not going to want to go ahead and put your Berserk on this. You're not going to want to put your JoJo's on this, even though I really do want to. This is really more for just like the standard shonen size volumes. You know, if you use like your shonen size volumes, or even, I know Yen Press, they normally have a smaller trim size. 7C's normally another one that's pretty much smaller. So if you use those type of volumes, I wouldn't even put the Viz signatures. So things like what is it, Zom 100, Fire Punch, those are Viz signature editions. So those are a little bit wider, a little bit bigger trim size. I wouldn't even put those on here. I would just specifically stick to, you know, just standard Shonen Jump manga and probably smaller books like Yen Press, you know, and 7C's. So as you can see here, I have my 2 sets of risers, and you see you got My Hero Academia Vigilante, some School Judgment, you have Call of the Night, and of course, you know, at the very top you got Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just move Shisui out the way, you know, stand him up because he does like to fall a little bit. You do want to really make sure you have just like the standard size volumes or smaller for these particular risers, because obviously they're not really risers, they're just shelving units essentially, or cases. So as you see here, it is very compact. I did glue that piece of cardboard to the very top just so the lip at the very top doesn't really damage the books, because I don't know what can go on in the long run. So I do like here where it can just go ahead and slides right in. All 5 slide in nice and perfectly. There really is no room for anything else. And then you just go ahead and stack your volumes, whichever you need. You see me, I'm stacking, you know, Psycho Pass. And you do have, you know, other size volumes, you know, smaller. You definitely want to make sure you keep those either standard size or smaller volumes, you know, and rollbacks a little bit smaller. The biggest you really want to go to is the standard Shonen Jump series. After that, you don't really want to use anything else. So as you saw, that was my risers in action. I only had the very small volumes. I only have regular Shonen Jump volumes on it. And I gotta say, I actually really do enjoy it. So I've had it for a few months at this point. I think it's been about, I want to say 6 or 7 months at this point that I've been using these risers. And I gotta, honestly, I really do enjoy them. They are really, really good for what they are. They are super, super cheap on Target. And that's basically what I've been using. That I think this is what I'm going to continue to use, as I get more Billy shelves. Because I'm not going to get any other type of shelf. I think Billy shelves for me, they're the best when it comes to like, quality and then the price as well. They are a little bit more expensive than, your typical shelves. But with that price, it does come with quality. So at least I know now. The only reason I can't double stack my entire Billy shelf that you see right now, I've only double stacked those 2 shelves, is because underneath that I have my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And like I said, you don't want to put your JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on these. So what I'm going to do, unfortunately for those, I'm just going to regularly double stack them. So put the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in front of each when the time comes. That doesn't have to happen anytime soon right now. We just started part 7, so I'm super excited. I probably can keep going for a while as far as that shelf. But I think I am going to have to get another Billy shelf just so I can have that one full of the regular volumes. Because JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, even though I do love it, it is taking up a lot of my space on that shelf. And again, I'm just going to keep getting these little bathroom, I don't know what they are. They're just like little stackable bathroom tray, like container things. And they are amazingly, and they're actually pretty sturdy. I didn't think they were going to be like this good. I was truly expecting it to be something, really, really flimsy. And I gotta say, just, cutting this out and gluing it, it literally took probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes at most. And that's because I glued all 5, at the same time. If you are ordering manga, you're gonna have a whole bunch of boxes. Just use those boxes and just go. If you want, you can go ahead and glue them. And I gotta say, I do really recommend this. It's a nice little cheaper way to make your risers. Obviously, probably the best way to do your risers is probably if you want to build it yourself. Me, I don't got the tools. I don't got the knowledge. I can't do none of that. So this is my version of building it myself, just gluing the damn cardboard to the back. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just want to show you, something a little bit different that you probably have not thought of in terms of trying to get risers for your manga shelves, because that's something that I've been really struggling with. I was really trying to look for something that's not super expensive, and at the same time something that's just gonna work and actually be the size that's appropriate. And I gotta say, it really is good. So I gotta give a shout out to East Coast Manga. I literally just stole his idea. He used these exact same things, and I just wanted to put this out there because mine's a little bit different. Obviously nothing too different. He was just using them regularly. I decided to glue a piece of cardboard, nothing to it. I was just a little nervous because I feel like with the lip, it could eventually damage my books. Because if you saw, I had, just my completed series back there. So I'm never really going to touch, the books in the back unless I'm going to read it. And unless I'm reading it, it's going to stay there and it's going to be sitting for, months at a time. So I didn't want to have those indentations, most likely in the back of the book. That's what this is for, nice level playing field. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, you like my content, you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing, leaving a like, hit the buzzer on posting another video, follow me on social media, links are going to be in the description. This is your boy Just. I'm off this.